Sully is one of my favorite films of 2016. I remember going to the movie theaters and watching that movie. I remember I took a picture of the ticket, which was on AMC Lincoln Square on 66, my favorite movie theater. And so I remember I took a picture of the ticket and I used the poster and I put it as a two picture collage. And I remember putting it on Instagram, and a friend of mine who's a film critic, he wrote, I remember him writing saying, "Damn, kid, why didn't you tell me?" But I went to see it by myself. I usually go to movie theaters by myself, but it was an enjoyable experience to watch this movie. Sully is a heartwarming story, amazing, amazing movie. Tom Hanks, he delivers, playing Captain Chesley Sullenberger, but short for Sully. He does a great job to portray this character. Directed by, of course, my guy Clint Eastwood. And this is one of my favorite Clint Eastwood movies from the 2010s. So it's Gran Torino, A Trouble with the Curve, and this one, Sully. Those three are my favorites that he's directed from the 2010s that I enjoyed watching. And you also have a cast, Tom Hanks, obviously, he's the leader, he's the main guy. But you also have Laura Linney, who plays as his wife. I've always liked her as an actress, she's very talented. Breaking Bad's Anna Gunn is in this movie as well. Aaron Urquhart is in this movie as well. So this is a film that the acting is on point, the sound effects are on point, the storyline is on point. It's an enjoyable movie that I feel that, I don't know, it kind of feels like now that it's 8 years later, it kind of sort of feels like it's underrated, because that year 2016 you had so many films that came out, like La La Land, Moonlight, Hacksaw Ridge. The list goes on and on. It was a great year for cinema. So Sully is a good, solid movie, and it kind of feels like it is underrated because these other films took the shine away from them. But yeah, just a great story told by Clint Eastwood. And yes, since it's based on a true story, obviously Hollywood is gonna Hollywood rise it, making it more than it seems. So I'm pretty sure certain things were not factual, or it was just over the top. But I always wonder, for the real Sully, how much it took a toll on him mentally to deal with the media attention and the press, and what it, how it was for him and his family. So that's something I gotta look into, to know more about, because this all happened on January 15th. It all started on January 15th, 2009. Sully, he saved about 133 passengers and crew members after making an emergency landing on the Hudson River. So, because I can't even imagine being in that situation, thinking that you're gonna die, that you're gonna crash, and for this man, to save all those lives, to make the move that he did, and the fact that yes, he became a national hero in the eyes of the media and the press, etc. But now he also has to deal with this other side of, of being blamed, or facing an investigation that could jeopardize his career, his reputation. And this is a man who's been flying for 40 years. So the fact that, you still have people that were criticizing him, that didn't like what he did, is like, come on, the man saved their lives. Like, he had to react, he had to do something. So it's just crazy what Sully went through. So I personally feel that when I learned about the story, I'm like, how can you not appreciate what the man did? I mean, but that goes to show that in life, you can't win with society, you can't please everyone. But this is a beautifully story told by Clint Eastwood and Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks is Tom Hanks. And, it is great to see Tom Hanks and Clint Eastwood work on a project together. And Tom Hanks always said in interviews that Clint Eastwood treats his actors like horses. So, but Clint Eastwood, he's known for not beating around the bush. He likes to get things done um, fast and soon. He doesn't do many takes, and I'm kind of like that, from a directing standpoint. I usually, if I ever go, the most takes I'll do in a movie will be five, but three is my sweet spot. So, um, yeah, yeah, great story, phenomenal movie, very heartwarming. My review for Sully, 1 through 5, I'll give this a 4.4 out of 5 stars. And, you know, this is a movie that you just gotta watch. If you like to travel, if you're into traveling, if you like flying, or you have worked in an airport or currently work in an airport or you're a flight attendant, whatever case may be, I feel that this movie's for you. All right. And if you're a fan of Tom Hanks and Clint Eastwood, even much better. I'm a fan of both guys, especially Clint Eastwood, and anything that has to do with flying, space, NASA, I'm all for it. As long as it's a good story, good script, good acting, etc., I'm all for it. And this movie brings all those tools.